We are back, Bliss, into Game 2. Rogue Warriors taking on Vici Gaming.
So that was a really good performance by Rogue Warriors for the first game. Vici Gaming did not really do half as bad. They were just not as good. And that is the problem they will have to overcome for Game 2. Because Rogue Warriors really found those chances they wanted to take advantage of. They found Swifty out of position, they outscaled, they out-rotated, and they got the objective advantage out of results.
Alrighty, one of the changes Vici Gaming are looking to make, it's not just in the picks and the bans, it is in their summoner lineup as well. Fire Rain replacing EasyHoon in the mid lane.
Funnily enough, it's gonna be Rise again. And you're swapping from one player to another, just playing Rise again, while EasyHoon is one of the most experienced players in the LPL. And they do insist on the Caitlyn pick, which has a stunning 23% win rate. So a little bit of question mark of how they choose to draft around Game 2. Vici Gaming know their strengths, know what possibly offers them the best win chance. But right now, as a result of this scaling first pick, they're finding themselves against Jarvan yet again, and Zyra account the bot lane, which is one of the most powerful bot lanes in the game.
So despite the lack of a Varus ban, the Rogue Warriors change things up and go for the Lovers bot lane. We do see the Shen locked in on the side of Vici Gaming, so no chance for Kahlua, or, well, obviously he's got his Rakan, but no chance for Mouse to pick that one up in this game.
So up until now, I would guess we would have the exact same lineup for Vici, but Sejuani gets banned out, so no Sejuani for Swift. He's gonna have to opt in with another aggressive jungler that favors the follow-up of Shen. With Vladimir and Galio being banned out, I'm really expecting them to go for something aggressive, something that can punish mid, probably Kha'Zix, like something that can really invade, because Vladimir and Galio are both really easily escaping ganks in the mid lane, and that's exactly the kind of mid laners they opted to ban.
Alrighty, a couple of picks now getting locked in. Vici Gaming opt for the Scion. It's a champ we mostly see in the top lane, but it has been played mid in competitive play this season. Meanwhile, we see the Cho'Gath again for Mouse. He was dominant in the last game. Can he do the same again?
You know, like, Mouse has had a pretty good game 1, but his start was a little bit of shaky. So right here, what I want to see from Mouse is pretty much defending and fixing his mistakes from game 1, making his performance even better for game 2, while Vici need to remember exactly the overextensions Mouse opted to do and punish them. While Doing B, he's gonna go for the Orianna yet again, and like, if you can't punish him with Sejuani when he doesn't have cleanse, like, he's not gonna get cleanse again, and this time it's gonna be even better for him.
Right, Swift with a completely different champ this time, Bliss. I think you'll be happy to hear he's got himself a Kha'Zix in the jungle for Vici Gaming.
Makes sense, because in the end they wanted something that is gonna be an easy gank for the mid lane. That's why they banned Galio and Vladimir. Orianna is one of those champions, and funnily enough, he chooses to go for the cleanse now against the Kha'Zix, not against the Sejuani, so I'm a little bit confused. Of course, I do know that the snare engage from Arise can really make you a sitting duck against the Kha'Zix, so in the end it makes sense, but on the other hand, he hasn't locked it. He swifts between cleanse and heal.
He does several times, and we haven't actually seen exactly which one he's ended up with. I do believe it did end on the cleanse, but we will check up on that as we get into the game. Vici Gaming, they are indeed fighting, as the sign says, and they are fighting for their chance of taking this game to a full best of 3 series to try and increase their winning run, which they gained against LGD last week. Meanwhile, Rogue Warriors, the team who played Kingslayers last week against EDG, just want to keep their snowball rolling and try to go 8-2 in Group B.
Both lineups are very similar to the ones of Game 1, so the sole difference in Vici Gaming, I would say, is the jungle pick and the mid lane player. So I'm really looking forward to see what Firen can bring in the table for the team of Vici. What can he actually offer that EasyHoon couldn't in Game 1, and if Rogue Warriors will be having a similar performance to the one before, or if they're going to find things a little bit more shaky.
One thing that slightly worries me for Vici Gaming is another of their changes is in the support position, having that Shen instead of the Trundle, having the subjugate of the Trundle, taking away all of those sort of defensive statistics, if I can find the word, from Cho'Gath helped them so much in some of the team fights they won. They won't have that this time, though they do, on the plus side, gain the taunt and the stand united of Shen.
So there it is. Game 2 of Rogue Warriors versus the team of Vici Gaming starting up now.
The crowd are vocal. Perhaps they're excited to see that we're finally going to get an Infernal Dragon in this series.
I was about to talk about that. You know me well. You know how I like to talk about fire drakes.
Hey, they're the best drakes, right?
Especially when you got Kazakhs. You got your eye on that. Like, are we gonna select level 4, level 5? What are we gonna give away for that fire drake? Because you gotta have it. You gotta have the fire drakes.
You gotta have them. Which team will we see prioritizing the dragon? Which team will be able to come out the victors? Will it be the Lovers bot lane, or will Caitlyn finally pick up a victory in this series?
If she doesn't, I'm expecting that winner to fall so low no one ever picks her again, but
Ever.
she's being picked for a reason. Like, the win rate must have been a product of circumstances, because if they keep first picking Caitlyn and she has such a horrid win rate, they're not amateurs. They know what they're doing. So right here, Caitlyn is applying some pressure that is basically unparalleled with any other ADC, and that's the reason we do see keeping on the start of the drafts.
So, speaking about the ADC, I think I need to apologise to the ADC of Vici Gaming, as the whole I will in a moment, because the taunt lands onto Kahlua and he takes a decent bit of damage, but I have to apologise because I have been rather remiss in not pointing out the fact that, as well as the Easy Hoon being substituted out for Fire Rain, Martin has also been subbed out for Snow, despite again playing the same champion in that lane.
So the coach is like, you guys don't play Rising Kate. Well, I'm gonna get the subs in. So, you know what? Rising Kate seem to be really the attribute that favors the team and not the players themselves. A little bit of trading on bot lane, but it shouldn't matter too much, because Zion and Rakan have enough pressure to actually outpush and skirmish a Caitlyn in the early laning phase. So
Is it harsh on both Easy Hoon and Martin that they've been subbed out in this game? I mean, obviously, VG need to maybe change something to make the game work, but considering we haven't even changed the champions that are being played, they were two of the people with the best KDs in the last game, both of them going 2-1 and about 4 or 5 each. They weren't exactly the reason their team lost. Or were they?
I kind of agree. Like, both Martin and Izihun were performing pretty well. Like, they weren't shining, but there were definitely not a lot of visible errors in their game style. So the sole reason of them being subbed out would be either them being tilted or giving a chance to the new guys. Well, because right here, Rogue Warriors are one of the best teams in LPL. Like, if you go for the subs in game 2, you either think you have already lost and you want experience on your subs, or you find a very serious reason for them to be out.
Swift, unaware of the ward that has just been put down by Mouse. Swift is about to step into vision of that Tribush ward. Mouse, however, is slightly caught out. He is between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. The Devil is Swift, the Deep Blue Sea is Meow. Will we see a fight breaking out? It looks like Mouse is going to be able to defend onto this turret. The side of VG not wanting to risk going under the turret at the 4-minute mark.
Fire Rain, though, applied really good pressure onto mid lane. He forced Doin B to actually follow back, and while that was being done, he lost a lot of CS and experience on mid lane, since it was slow pushing towards Vici Gaming. So already good performances from Fire Rain, although it's a minor thing.
Bliss, I feel... Sorry, you go.
No.
I was just going to say, I feel like Mouse has finally... Hold on, Shen lands a taunt on to SMLZ, who takes a decent bit of damage. No knockup coming in from Kahlua, who's taking shots from Snow. Dash away from SMLZ, has that increased range, but there's the stun landing onto Caveman. He's going lower and lower. This is a massive duel going in the bot lane as a headshot lands onto SMLZ, but Snow now is the one backing away, knowing that Shen is too low to really support at this point.
Doran's Shield versus
Doran Shield.
Making it so difficult to actually win the lane as Kate, because every little poke you get, every little harassment you get as a result of your aim's advantage gets pretty much negated by the Doran Shield defense and also the regeneration. So right here, Xayah and Rakan are not really losing anything. TP is going to come back. They're one summoner minus, but they're not going to lose any experience.
Flash.
And neither are they going to do with pressure.
Flash from Mouse, immediately respecting Swift's presence here in the bot lane. Sion having a decent time getting harassed down onto the Cho'Gath, who does not complete the recall and stays in lane. So going back to Mouse, talking about how we were saying that he sort of got caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Well, it feels like he solved the ancient riddle of what to do if you're caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Well, just stay where you are. Don't go towards either of them. And he did all right.
Basically, right here, there were some mistakes by Vici Gaming, especially on the first level 3 attempt of diving with Swift, that he show up on the ward just because of his positioning. So right here, Flawless gets spotted on the river. Caveman is 1 level minus, but Killua is there to help him out, and
that's going to be a knock-up landing onto Caveman, but as Rise comes across, Vici Gaming find that Rogue Warriors have completely disengaged.
That's one sturdy Caveman.
Cavemen, I think, are considered quite sturdy in general.
Yes, and he didn't really understand damage coming out from Flawless. Like, he has Electrocute, he shreds through armor, but still Caveman is sitting on full HP, doing great work on the river without losing too much pressure of the bot lane. And they're back on the bot lane, having same experience as the team of Rogue Warriors, despite them playing with teleport just to not miss anything.
Bliss, Caveman, he had to live and survive at a time when man hadn't even discovered fire. Of course he can deal with a Jarvan.
Yeah. When we're talking about experience, no one's older than Caveman. Like, he's been here since ever.
Alrighty, yep, more trades in the bot lane, but it's the arrows of SMLZ that are striking harder than the headshots of Snow right now. We are seeing Fire Rain possibly looking for a bit of a roam. No use of the Realm Warp just now, though.
So, we do see Vici slightly shoving through bot lane. They want to apply pressure. They know they can play those 2 versus 2s since the teleport's there. There's no ignite pressure anymore, which is basically what gives you the edge on level 1 to 3 when you're playing Xayah or Rakan. But most importantly, we do see that SMLZ has already gotten his BF, so the wave clear to keep minions away from the tower is there now. There's absolutely no way for Snow to get that wave into the tower, and that completely negates the power of Caitlyn.
Fortunately for Snow, also able to pick up. Hold on, teleport coming in. Flawless, having to use the stopwatch already. Going to stop the Piltover Peacemaker coming in, but the knockup is there. Flawless, now he's in the Cataclysm. He's going to drop for first blood, however. That's a kill for Caitlyn, who gets all that bonus gold. Now the fight breaking out. Mouse is going lower and lower, having teleported in. The ace in the hole is blocked by SMLZ. There's the knockup onto the Rakan. Everyone's got low, high health targets, but it is going to be Xayah who picks up the next kill. Doesn't pick up another because of the stopwatch from Swift, but it's only a matter of time before Doinby gets that kill on Orianna, and that's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Rogue Warriors.
Have no idea how that happened. Vici Gaming were really strong in that fight. They had completely surrounded the team of Rogue Warriors, hitting them with all of the AoE. Snow was dealing free damage with a double buff, and yet they still managed to win. Rogue Warriors with the tricks up in the hat. I don't know how they do it.
And a kill on both carries of Rogue Warrior. Here's the fight. Flawless goes in for this blue buff, gets caught.
So basically, everything starts with Flawless getting caught. He's level 6. He's going to lose the double buff to Snow. And there's also the flash burn by Caveman. Double shockwave. So Flawless goes down. Double buff is there for Snow. And right here, they're playing 4 versus 5. They're being surrounded. And you're saying to yourself, Rogue Warriors, what could you possibly do to win that? And now as tanking, they're catching possible knockups. But slightly, SMLZ goes in and shreds through everyone. Just like that, he completely outdamages Snow in a couple of seconds. And Rogue Warriors get ahead as a result of that.
Snow's pathing there, going with Caveman around the outside of that wall in the middle of the blue side jungle. Just meant there was such a long period there where she wasn't raining any auto attacks down, and in the end it was the damage coming out of SMLZ instead that really wins the fight. I don't know what happened, but we've got another kill on Xayah.
That it was another trick.
So Xayah is now 2-0-1. Shen, who I don't think died in that last fight, has now died.
We just take a look at the replay and we miss out on more kills.
We do, but we might miss out on more if we keep talking because Kahlua gets caught out and it's going to be Fire Rain trying to put the damage down. Kahlua dashes to safety. Doinby coming in, joining Flawless in this fight. So many skirmishes going on. Fighting. We saw it on the VG side earlier, but Rogue Warriors are more than happy to do it as well.
That was really good news for Vici Gaming because right here the quickness is on cooldown, the exhaust is too. So SMLZ, despite his own power spikes being hit with those 2 kills, he hasn't still gone back to shop, and that means that right now Snow is better. He's not afraid of the quickness, he's not afraid of being collapsed since the TP is on cooldown, and he can still pressure SMLZ under the tower and negate his recall just to make the matchup even.
Alrighty, we are 11 minutes into the game. We are looking at a 1,200 gold lead for Rogue Warriors. They went behind early to Vici Gaming in the last game. This time they're getting themselves a nice set of kills early on. It's a nice start for Rogue Warriors as they push towards trying to make this series a 2-0.
I have to say, really not expecting too much of Flawless in this game since he is constantly in fear of meeting Swift in the rivers. Everywhere he goes, he needs to have lane backup, and that makes Vici Gaming have the upper hand. Right here, the Infernal Drake is something we still need to consider because Swift will have the capability of soloing since he has his Warrior Enchantment, but Flawless will never be able to do so against the Kazakhs.
Kazakhs yet again roaming up into the top lane, just going to steal away some camps from Flawless. What a really scary position for Flawless to be into, but a scarier position for Caitlyn, who gets locked down first by the Rakan, then by the Xayah. Damage is coming down from Snow now, but not as much as SMLZ and Kahlua have put onto the Caitlyn. Snow has to back away. Nice series of engagers coming through from the Rogue Warriors squad.
And the Rogue Warriors bot lane seems to be so agile, so tanky too. Vici are punishing that with a blue buff steal, and now they look like they want to go for Flawless. It's getting punished severely. Meow is going to get a double knockup, but what is it going to do?
Meow, who gets Cataclysm, loses his life as his mid laner and jungler run away, having secured a blue buff, but they lose a top laner.
That's something you definitely don't want to go for. Right here, you know Swift's going to have to go topwards just to soak out the experience and the gold, unless Meow wants to actually waste his teleport for that. That gives a lot of information to Rogue Warriors too, because they know exactly where Swift is. They know they can play aggressive on the bot side since Xayah and Rakan is a very dominant duo, and in the end Fire Rain will be able to go towards his roamings and also his free blue buff very soon.
He absolutely will. He's doing alright. He's got himself that Catalyst, that Tear of the Goddess, recalling at the moment. And we'll see exactly what the Rise is able to come back into lane with this time. It's going to be the completed Abyssal Mask.
Abyssal Mask. There it is. Pretty good versus Meow. Pretty good versus Mouse too. And right here, as we see that most of the game has been investing into magic resistance, including Flawless, there is an absolute need for both teams to snowball their bot lanes, because right now either is SMLZ or Snow, if they get ahead, they can literally dictate the pace of the game. And there's the single solo Fire Drake we were talking about. There is Fire End to make sure it's gonna drop down quicker, but Flawless is threatening with a Smite Steal, so let's see what's going to happen.
Flawless is here, and the bot lane duo of Vici Gaming and what? And that's going to be Flawless picking up the Dragon. It starts off by Kazakhs, but he's not the one who secures it. Nice plays from the side of Rogue Warriors, who seem to be picking up all of the important 50-50s.
So Swift losing that one out. I'm not really sure how that happens, because the ability of the Kazakhs to execute objectives is really strong, but in the end, Rogue Warriors, on top of the advantage they already possess of 2,000 gold, make that 1 and a 5, but they do get an Infernal Drake. The next one is going to be an Infernal one too, and that really favors snowball compositions.
So is that questionable decision-making coming out of Swift and Vici Gaming, starting up that Dragon while his bot lane duo was still in base?
Well, you know what? It's definitely a risky decision. Sometimes versus stronger teams, you feel like you need to invest by taking some risk that might actually pay off and get you a lead. Or you can play safe and eventually lose because they're out macroing you. But in the end,
Knockup lands onto Snow. SMLZ going lower and lower. Here's the Kha'Zix. He dashes in with the Void Assault, but there's Fire Rain. He comes with the Realm Warp just too late to land any Runic Prisons. Flawless is here in the bot side, and we do see Orianna closing the gap as well. 4 members of each team in the bot lane as Mouse and Meow continue their little game in the top.
I'm really not surprised to see that massive movement towards bot side. They need to get control of the bot side. They already have the 4 control word Sierra right there, cutting off the mid lane from the bot lane. So if they manage to get tower first blood on the bot side, they do get dragon control for the rest of the game, which will of course be translated into an Infernal Drake very soon.
Swift still looking for a potential play here in the bot lane. He's going to get some damage down, but Kahlua immediately damaging to safety. SMLZ throwing damage down into Caveman's back as he runs away. It's going to be a 3 versus 2 in the bot lane, but most of the damage is being put out by SMLZ with this Essence Reaver. And
the recall might be shared right here. No, it's not going to be shared. Caveman receiving some damage. Like, you know what? Kahlua has been so tanky throughout this entire game. You do see Swift dealing everything to him and still barely getting him to half HP. And part of the fact that SMLZ and Kahlua are doing so well on the bot side is not just their ability to burst and beat Snow and Caveman 2 versus 2, but also their lack of weaknesses when it comes to ganks.
Alrighty, so the Infernal Dragon was secured as we saw by Rogue Warriors. That is the only real objective across the map that's been taken so far outside of kills. We've not had any anyone looking towards this Herald. No turrets taken just yet. Rogue Warriors seem to be in the best position to build this game up at the moment. With the potential of a scaling rise, we might just see the side of Vici Gaming continue to fight this game out long into the 40-minute mark.
So Vici have been losing the priority onto bot side, but after the recall of SMLZ, they're gonna regain it. But Essence Reaver being completed along with Azil, this is great burst potential. Kahlua will be able to burst anyone with SMLZ if he gets Ignite again, or he can play it very safely and the quickness!
Kahlua gets to safety, and the ace in the hole not doing the damage yet again. Fire Rain arrives with a Realm Warp just too late to do anything about the escaping Kahlua, who didn't even burn his flash. Now Flawless using for the Cataclysm, not going to land on Swift, who leaps himself away. And
almost.
Yeah, nice trading there of summoners across the bot lane.
So right here, Kahlua has been able to play 1 versus 3 escape without his flash. Everything happening exactly the way they wanted for Rogue Warriors. The only thing they have as a problem is the XP disparity between ADC and support, which might in the end make supports too easy of a target and not give Kahlua the ability to so freely jump in and try to go for engages. So let's take a slow, calm look at how things are right here in the mid game. Static 7 almost infinity for Snow, who is scaling pretty safely. He has a kill. He is threatening the tower first blood if Rogue Warriors ever go away from bot lane. But now, in 1 minute, Baron spawns, so they have to actually rotate topside. They have no choice. So who's gonna take that tower?
Well, maybe it'll be Cho'Gath, maybe it'll have gone down before the beast that his mouse comes across. At the moment, it feels like neither team hugely cares about the pressure they're putting onto turrets. It's all about what fight is about to break out next, as we yet again see Flawless and Swift in the bottom half of the map.
They lose a taunt, but right here, let's not forget, Flawless has been spotted by the wards that are behind the Reaver for the team of Rogue Warriors, so they know exactly what's up. Swift is on that side of the jungle, making sure to be there for a possible counter engage. Flawless spots him now. I think, yes, he has been spotted. And it should be another stalemate, as Infernal Drake will spawn again. and Baron 2, we should expect a huge fight to come here.
I've seen this movie before, Bliss. Flawless goes for a steal on blue, and a massive fight breaks out. First turret does drop in the bot lane, and it is SMLZ who picks up that one for the Rogue Warriors team. Swift looking to stop this blue buff steal, jumps away from the shockwave. Here come the two teleports. The fight is breaking out, no kills just yet. We see Flawless going in towards Caveman, who jumps lower and lower. The Cataclysm, not quite enough to secure a kill. Caveman still alive, but not anymore, because SMLZ with the Feather Storm picks up one kill. The blue buff taken by Flawless, the kill taken by SMLZ, the Infernal Dragon taken by Rogue Warriors.
2 Infernal Drakes just like that. Rogue Warriors zone away the entire team of Vici Gaming, and it came all from the Tower First Blood on the bot side. It was SMLZ and Killua that managed to zone away Snow and Caveman, take that tower, and with the priority on the bot side, they zoned them away from the Infernal Drake, making the fight easy for them.
Alrighty, here's your fight. It all starts around a blue buff again.
Look at this. The Shockwave comes in and it's lost. Right here, Warriors think they're weaker, and there's the TP. Right here, Meow cannot really do something. They are separated by a huge wall. The team of Vici Gaming are split right there, unable to fight with Fire Rain, and Meow not having any chances to apply damage or zone away members of Rogue Warriors.
Every time I watch one of these replays, Bliss, I understand Snow's need to be well positioned, not to get caught out by, let's say, a Cho'Gath Feast or something like that. But at the same time, this is a Caitlyn with massive range. Fire Rain going lower and lower. Going to have to use that Realm Warp to get himself to safety. Caveman might not be so lucky. Burns a flash, and he is also pretty low. There's the nice dash forward from the Rakan. Killua burns the flash of Snow. Snow is firing out some shots in return. But overall, I believe that was 2 flashes burned from VG. And I don't think that the side of Rogue Warriors really had to do that much to get those summoner spells.
It's gonna happen again. SMLZ is gonna get priority on the side lane. He gets the tower. He's gonna shove it in. And right here, Vici Gaming are slowly but surely gonna lose control of the Baron pit. Right here, their only chance are 5-man team fights that they can possibly outplay mechanically and win. Right here, without the Shockwave, they lost the fight. So imagine what's gonna happen if they pile up.
And in one sentence, I want to quickly round off the point I was trying to make before that mad fight broke out. And that sentence is, Snow needs to start hitting auto attacks. He's got a Caitlyn.
And that's easier said than done. Like, when you're playing against a Jarvan and a Rakan and an Orianna, you know that a single auto attack might get you in so much trouble. So there's Caveman being in trouble.
A knockup might land you into trouble as well. Caveman gets obliterated. Supportal combat ends with Rogue Warriors support winning out yet again. The vision is cleared out around Baron, and we might see Rogue Warriors start this one up with the 2 Infernal Dragons already in their pocket.
With Caveman dead, that of course means they're gonna have no vision in. The control ward is there, but it's spotted in a place where Caitlyn can get it. So right here, Rogue Warriors are bursting through the bar.
Killua jumps in, and Swift gets deleted by Doing B. The immediate shockwave. The Baron is now almost free unless Snow can do something magical, which he can't. The feast comes through from Cho'Gath. Now Sion has to use his unstoppable onslaught to run for the hills. Flawless is somehow alive. Could it be the great escape? No, the ace in the hole will take down the jungler of Rogue Warriors, but Vici Gaming, they are the ones who lose the Baron, even though they get a kill on their ADC.
He goes down, but he goes down as a hero. 23 minutes in, they do have the Baron, and as a result of that, towers in the mid lane are gonna go down like sandcastles. Tier 2 is gonna go down too. The 1 Baron minion is gonna be enough for them to get this tower, and right here, Rogue Warriors can go for an entry of base.
Sion and his Banner of Command minion are no match for the minions coming out of Cho'Gath's Banner minion and the Baron empowerment. We do see now an 8,000 gold lead built up, and it's looking good for the team who are currently second in Group B of the LPL.
Oh, that might be a 5.
Oh, Shockwave lands onto 2. Caveman goes pretty low. Is it being used defensively, though? We still don't have Flawless with the side of Rogue Warriors. The enhanced Baron recalls will come in, and that's all she wrote for that fight.
They're just disengaging, and right here, all they have to do is go back, cash in onto all of their gold advantage, and right here, with Ziggs Convergence, with triple AD on SMLZ. He has a shocking 70% critical strike, which of course destroys them when he sneezes feathers. And once that Solari is up for flawless, they will not be able to lose a fight anymore.
Alrighty, if the side of Rogue Warriors can't lose a fight, I don't know how Vici will come back into this game. They still have some nice scaling potential with the Rise, with the Caitlyn, but it feels like the noose is being closed around their neck as Rogue Warriors try to see out this series. Now we see them pushing in the bot lane.
It's tightening up. You can feel it. It's tightening up right here. They know there's nothing they can do about the tier 2. They have to retreat. They have to stay into their base, trying to get some overextension, some Rogue Warriors mistakes that they can punish. With those traps, they can buy time, but as they do so, the tower HP is going to drop fast with the Baron and the banner. So Snow is going to try and get some damage onto it.
Bliss, it's a scary time to be a VG fan in the LPL studios or even on Twitch chat right now, because your inhibitor in the mid lane has just fallen to the side of Rogue Warriors. The Cataclysm lands, and that's going to be an obliterated Snow. He has melted, and that could well be the end of the dreams of Vici Gaming. The side of Rogue Warriors, they turn onto Nexus turret. One about to fall, and it's going to be Mouse with the feast on Fire Rain. Nom nom, what will I have for dinner? It's going to be a 2-0 victory for Rogue Warriors, and that's going to be a Mouse who beats the cat, just like Jerry defeated Tom all of those years ago. Mouse defeats Meow. Rogue Warriors beat Vici Gaming, and it's a 2-0 win.
Rogue Warriors make the clean 2-0 against Vici Gaming. Of course, the most expected outcome. We waited for Vici Gaming to show up after their first win, trying to come back into the LPL, but right here, they're pretty much devastated. They know they're not going to end up with a positive win rate. Rogue Warriors are second into their group only after Invictus, and they are strong. Like, every LPL team knows they have to fear of them. They have showed that again and again. They've showed it against Edward Gaming. They show it today with Vici Gaming. And you know what? If I was in the LPL, I would be so afraid of them.
He's not there on the screen taking his bow, but Coach Stake has yet again led his team to a wonderful victory that puts Rogue Warriors 8-2 in Group B. They are nipping at the heels of Invictus, and they will be looking to try and take that first place in this split.
I just love how Rogue Warriors have actually changed from a micro game team to a macro one since the beginning of the season. We did see them on their first doing too well, and the hype was pretty much over right there. We were saying Rogue Warriors maybe not the team we were expecting, but here they are. They are one of the strongest teams, and they have been doing wonders. I'm expecting a lot from them, and in a month from now, where the playoffs are going to come out, a lot of stuff can happen.
It certainly can. Vici Gaming, their substitutes did not pay off. They are left with nothing but to clean up their equipment, to go off stage, and to hope that next week, well, later on this week, they can pick up their second win of the season.
So this concludes today's best of 3 between Rogue Warriors and Vici Gaming, with Rogue Warriors leading 2-0.